Let me ask you something. How many times have you forgiven someone only to find yourself right back in the same pain they caused you before? Why do we do this? Because we're hoping this time will be different. But let me tell you, hope isn't a strategy, and blind faith in people who've already proven they can hurt you is a fast track to more heartbreak. You have one life, and you are not here to be someone's doormat. If someone has broken you once, it means they've shown you their true colors. And when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. I know what you're thinking, but I love them. They've changed. They said they're sorry. Look, words are cheap. True change takes time, effort, and action. And here's the hard truth. Most people don't change just because you want them to. They change because life forces them to, and even then it's rare. Let's get real for a moment. The people who broke you didn't just hurt your feelings. They attacked your self-worth. They made you question who you are and what you deserve. Going back to them isn't a second chance. It's giving them permission to do it all over again. You can't heal in the same environment that hurt you. Imagine breaking your leg and then trying to heal in a gym full of obstacles. It doesn't work. Healing requires space, clarity, and peace. And you won't find those with the people who tore you apart. Now, I'm not saying you should hold grudges or stay angry. Forgive them, but for you, not for them. Forgiveness doesn't mean letting them back into your life. It means releasing the burden of resentment so you can move forward lighter and stronger. But moving forward means respecting yourself enough to say, I deserve better, because you do. You deserve relationships built on trust, love, and respect. And trust is like a mirror. Once it's shattered, you can try to piece it back together, but the cracks will always be there. Self-worth is the cornerstone of everything you do in life. It's the foundation upon which your confidence, decisions, and boundaries are built. When you recognize your value, you stop settling for less than you deserve. You start to understand that your worth isn't determined by how others treat you or what they think of you. It comes from within. It's a deep, unshakable belief that you are deserving of respect, love, and success simply because you exist. When someone breaks you, they challenge this foundation. They chip away at your confidence, making you question your value. But here's the truth. No one can define your worth except you. When you allow someone back into your life after they've disrespected or harmed you, you're essentially saying, I don't value myself enough to demand better. However, when you stand firm in your self-worth, everything changes. You stop tolerating toxic behaviors. You set higher standards for the people and situations you allow into your life. You prioritize your well-being and make choices that align with your values. This isn't selfish, it's essential. Because when you nurture your self-worth, you not only protect yourself, but you also create space for relationships and opportunities that truly honor you. Your foundation, your self-worth must be unshakable. And the stronger it is, the more resilient you become. You stop bending to fit into places where you don't belong. You stop giving your time and energy to people who don't deserve it. Instead, you build a life where every decision is a reflection of the love and respect you have for yourself. Life operates in patterns. The behaviors we tolerate, the choices we make, and the relationships we engage in often follow some empowering, others destructive. When it comes to people who've hurt you, patterns emerge because unresolved issues and unhealed wounds create repetition. If someone broke you once, chances are they'll do it again unless something fundamental changes. These cycles persist because the mind clings to familiarity, even if it's painful. The same red flags are ignored, the same excuses are made, and the same hope for different outcomes blinds us. It's easy to believe that this time will be different. But unless you take deliberate action to change the dynamic, the same story will play out, just with new dates on the calendar. Breaking a pattern requires awareness and courage. You must first recognize the signs, the subtle ways people manipulate, disrespect, or devalue you. Once you see the pattern, you have a choice to confront it and step away, or to fall back into it. This is where many struggle, because breaking a pattern isn't just about walking away from others. It's about facing yourself. It means asking hard questions like, why did I allow this? What am I afraid to lose? What do I truly deserve? Breaking the cycle also demands strength. It's not enough to leave the door closed. You must bolt it shut and throw away the key. Because the truth is, if you let the same people back in without holding them accountable or ensuring they've genuinely changed, the cycle will repeat. It takes consistent effort to rewrite the script and choose healthier, more fulfilling paths. But when you do break the pattern, everything changes. You begin to see relationships differently. You stop chasing love or approval from those who can't provide it. You start recognizing your worth and demanding better, not out of anger, but out of self-respect. Breaking the pattern isn't easy, but it's the only way to reclaim your power and create a future free from the pain of the past. Respecting yourself is the foundation of every healthy relationship and decision in your life. It means recognizing your inherent value and treating yourself with the same care, kindness, and dignity you would offer someone you deeply care about. When you respect yourself, you set the tone for how others should treat you. You communicate through your actions and boundaries that you are not willing to tolerate anything less than respect and fairness. Respecting yourself isn't about arrogance or thinking you're better than others. It's about understanding that you are worthy of love, kindness, and decency, no matter what. It's choosing to honor your needs, your emotions, and your well-being even when it's hard. It's knowing when to walk away from situations or people that undermine your worth, no matter how much history or emotion is tied to them. Self-respect often requires making tough choices. It means saying no when you're tempted to say yes just to keep the peace. It means prioritizing your mental and emotional health, even if others don't understand. It's about standing firm in your truth, even when it feels uncomfortable. Because when you respect yourself, you stop compromising on things that matter. You stop sacrificing your happiness to please others or fit into spaces that were never meant for you. Well, the way you treat yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. If you allow disrespect, people learn that it's acceptable. But when you carry yourself with self-respect, it's like a signal to the world you value yourself and you expect the same in return. It's not about being inflexible or unforgiving. It's about creating relationships and environments that are rooted in mutual respect and care. Respecting yourself is an act of love. It's a commitment to protect your peace, honor your boundaries, and never settle for less than you deserve. It's the foundation for building a life filled with joy, authenticity, and meaningful connections. And when you fully respect yourself, you inspire others to do the same. Healing is a process that requires the right environment, a space where you feel safe, supported, and free from the triggers that cause your pain in the first place. When you remain in the same environment that hurt you, it's like trying to recover from an illness while still being exposed to the very conditions that made you sick. The wounds cannot close because they're constantly being reopened. Staying in an unhealthy environment keeps you in a cycle of stress and emotional turmoil. It prevents you from gaining the clarity needed to reflect, process, and grow. Whether it's a toxic relationship, a draining workplace, or a negative social circle, the constant exposure to the same harmful dynamics makes it almost impossible to move forward. Your mind and heart remain in survival mode, unable to focus on growth and healing. True healing requires change, sometimes physical, but always emotional and mental. You need to create distance from what hurts you, whether that's stepping away from toxic people, setting firm boundaries, or even leaving behind places and habits that are tied to painful memories. This distance provides the space necessary to rebuild your confidence, regain your perspective, and start nurturing yourself again. When you remove yourself from the harmful environment, you give yourself the opportunity to see things clearly. You begin to recognize patterns of behavior that were damaging both in others and within yourself. This awareness boosts your confidence and reinforces your belief in what's possible. Ultimately, gratitude is the foundation of fulfillment because it roots you in a mindset of abundance. It reminds you that no matter what's happening around you, there is always something to appreciate. And when you approach life with gratitude, you unlock a level of fulfillment that no external achievement can match. It's a quiet yet powerful force that turns what you have into enough and enough into more than you ever dreamed. Progress is the ultimate source of happiness. It's not about reaching a final destination or achieving perfection, but about the continual movement towards something better, something more aligned with who you are and who you want to become. Happiness doesn't come from external circumstances or what you accumulate. It comes from knowing you're making progress in the areas that matter most to you. But giving a second chance without requiring genuine effort and accountability is not an act of kindness. It's an invitation for the same pain to repeat itself. Trust once broken must be rebuilt through consistent actions, not just words. When someone truly deserves a second chance, they will demonstrate it through their behavior. They will take responsibility for their actions without excuses or deflecting blame. They will show a commitment to change, not by making empty promises, but by making real, measurable efforts over time. A second chance is earned when the person proves that they've reflected on their mistakes and are actively working to prevent them from happening again. It's important to recognize that not everyone who asks for forgiveness is ready or willing to change. Some may seek a second chance out of convenience or a desire to avoid consequences rather than a genuine intention to grow. This is why your boundaries matter. By requiring someone to earn a second chance, you're protecting yourself from being hurt again while also giving them an opportunity to demonstrate their sincerity. Offering a second chance doesn't mean erasing the past or pretending the hurt didn't happen. It means saying, I'm willing to move forward, but only if you're willing to meet me halfway and put in the work. This isn't about holding grudges, it's about ensuring that your well-being and peace are prioritized. By making someone earn a second chance, you're setting a standard of respect for yourself. You're showing that you value your time, energy, and trust, and that they cannot be taken for granted. It's not about being unforgiving, it's about being wise. When someone truly values you, they'll understand the importance of proving themselves worthy of your trust again. A second chance is a gift that must be handled with care. It's not about punishment, it's about growth, accountability, and mutual respect. When given wisely, it can be the start of a stronger, healthier relationship. But when given freely, without conditions, it often leads to the same cycle of hurt. Always remember, your forgiveness is your choice, but trust is something they must earn. Trust is the foundation of any meaningful relationship. And once it's broken, rebuilding it is one of the hardest things to do. Trust isn't something that can be demanded or forced, it's earned over time through consistent actions, honesty, and respect. When someone breaks your trust, they create a crack in the relationship that isn't easily mended. Even if forgiveness is given, the lingering doubt and hurt often remain. The difficulty in rebuilding trust lies in the emotional toll of betrayal. It makes you question not only the other person's intentions, but also your own judgment. You may find yourself replaying the moment the trust was broken, wondering how you missed the signs or why you allowed yourself to be vulnerable. This internal conflict can make it hard to fully open up again, even if you want to. For trust to be rebuilt, both parties must be fully committed to the process. The person who broke the trust must acknowledge the harm they've caused and take accountability without deflecting blame or minimizing their actions. Words alone won't suffice. They must consistently demonstrate through their behavior that they are trustworthy. This requires time, patience, and a willingness to prove their sincerity again and again. On the other side, the person whose trust was broken must decide whether they are ready to begin the process of rebuilding. This doesn't mean forgetting what happened or ignoring their feelings. It means being open to the possibility of repair while protecting their boundaries. Trust can't be rebuilt in an environment where doubt and resentment are ignored. Honest communication about fears, expectations, and emotions is crucial. Even with the best intentions, broken trust often leaves scars. The relationship may never return to what it once was, and that's okay. Rebuilding trust isn't about restoring things to the way they were. It's about creating a new foundation based on lessons learned and a renewed commitment to mutual respect. However, not all broken trust can or should be repaired. In some cases, the damage runs too deep, or the other person shows no willingness to change. In these situations, walking away may be the healthiest choice. Trust is precious, and rebuilding it requires effort from both sides. Without that effort, the relationship cannot thrive. Ultimately, rebuilding trust is possible, but it's not guaranteed. It takes time, accountability, and mutual effort. Most importantly, it requires a commitment to honesty and growth from both people. Without these elements, trust will remain a fragile and uncertain thing. It's natural to want to help people, especially those you care about. But there's a big difference between offering support and taking on the responsibility of fixing someone. When someone is struggling or hurting, it's tempting to believe you can be the one to change them, heal them, or guide them to a better place. However, the truth is that change and healing are deeply personal journeys that only the individual can undertake for themselves. You are not responsible for anyone else's growth or transformation. Taking on that role can drain you emotionally, mentally, and even physically. It can lead to frustration when your efforts don't yield the results you hope for, and resentment when you feel unappreciated or taken advantage of. Worse, it can prevent the other person from taking ownership of their own life, keeping them stuck in patterns of dependency or avoidance. Everyone has their own battles to face. And while you can offer encouragement, wisdom, or compassion, you cannot fight those battles for them. Trying to fix someone often leads to enabling behavior where you shield them from consequences or carry burdens that aren't yours to bear. This doesn't help them grow, it keeps them from learning the lessons they need to evolve. It's important to recognize that self-sabotage isn't about laziness or lack of ambition. It's about conflicting beliefs. Deep down, you might feel unworthy of success or fear that achieving it will come at too high a cost. These subconscious beliefs create behaviors that undermine your efforts. You skip opportunities, let distractions take over, or give up. Excuses are a comfortable prison that keep you from your potential. They wrap you in a false sense of safety, telling you it's okay not to try, not to risk, not to push forward. At first, excuses feel like protection. They shield you from failure, from discomfort, from the possibility of falling short. But over time, they become chains, locking you in the same patterns, the same limitations, the same unfulfilled dreams. Every excuse has a story, and that story is seductive. You tell yourself you don't have enough time, that the circumstances aren't right, or that you'll start tomorrow. It also frees you to focus on your own growth and happiness, which is just as important. Ultimately, you owe it to yourself to prioritize your peace and well-being. Helping others is noble, but it should never come at the cost of losing yourself. You can be a source of love and encouragement without taking on the impossible task of fixing someone else. They hold the power to change their life. You hold the power to honor your own. Letting go is one of the most liberating decisions you can make. It means releasing the grip of the past, freeing yourself from the weight of what no longer serves you. Whether it's a toxic relationship, a painful memory, or an unfulfilled expectation, holding on too tightly only keeps you stuck. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about choosing to move forward. When you hold on to pain, resentment, or disappointment, it becomes a heavy burden that drains your energy and limits your potential. It ties you to a version of self that no longer aligns with who you are becoming. Letting go creates space for growth, for healing, and for new opportunities to flow into your life. It's an act of self-love that allows you to reclaim your power. Letting go requires courage. It's not easy to release something or someone that you once valued deeply, but clinging to what's already gone or trying to force something to work only creates more frustration and heartache. When you let go, you're not erasing the experience, you're acknowledging it, learning from it, and choosing to move beyond it. Freedom comes when you stop fighting against reality and accept things as they are. Letting go doesn't mean you weren't hurt or that it didn't matter. It means you've decided not to let that hurt define you any longer. It's about breaking free from the cycle of blame, guilt, or regret and stepping into a mindset of peace and empowerment. The act of letting go also invites clarity. It helps you see what truly matters and shifts your focus to the present moment. When you're no longer consumed by what you've lost, you can appreciate what you still have and what lies ahead. It's in this space of openness that new possibilities emerge, possibilities you couldn't see while clinging to the past. Letting go is not a one-time event, it's a practice. You might have to remind yourself daily to release what's holding you back. But with each small step, you'll feel lighter and more in control of your life. Freedom isn't about escaping your past. It's about deciding that your past no longer controls you. Ultimately, letting go is an act of liberation. It's a declaration that you are ready to embrace the future with an open heart and an unburdened mind. It's the moment you choose peace over chaos, growth over stagnation, and love for yourself over attachment to what's already gone. Letting go is not the end, it's the beginning of something new. Your energy is one of your most valuable assets. It's the fuel for everything you think, feel, and do. It's not infinite. And it's not something to be given away carelessly. Protecting your energy is an act of self-respect and a declaration that your well-being matters. When you understand how sacred your energy is, you become intentional about where and how you spend it. Too often we allow others to drain our energy through toxic relationships, constant negativity, or demands that leave us depleted. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't align with your values or priorities, you give away a piece of yourself. This doesn't just leave you exhausted, it takes you further from the life you want to create. Your energy is sacred because it shapes your experience of the world, and how you use it determines your quality of life. Honoring your energy means setting boundaries. It means recognizing when someone or something is taking more from you than it's giving. It's not selfish to prioritize your own peace and joy, it's necessary. When you protect your energy, you create space for the things that truly matter, your passions, your goals, and the relationships that uplift and support you. Sacred energy also means being mindful of your own thoughts and habits. Negativity, self-doubt, and constant overthinking can drain you just as much as external forces. Cultivating a positive, growth-oriented mindset helps preserve your energy for the things that truly serve you. It's about learning to let go of what you can't control and focusing on what you can. Your energy is the driving force behind your creativity, resilience, and happiness. When you treat it as sacred, you stop wasting it on things that don't align with your purpose or values. You become more intentional, more focused, and more empowered to create the life you deserve. Protecting your energy is not about shutting others out, it's about choosing where to invest your time and attention. When you prioritize your energy, you'll find that you have more to give to the people and projects that truly matter. And in doing so, you honor not only yourself, but also the sacredness of the life you're here to live. The best revenge is not about seeking payback or trying to get even with those who've wronged you. It's about focusing your energy on creating something so powerful, so impactful, that it leaves no room for negativity or doubt. When you achieve massive success, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your success speaks louder than words and acts as the ultimate response to those who doubted, belittled, or tried to hold you back. Success is the most effective way to rise above the criticism, judgment, or betrayal you faced. Instead of wasting time plotting revenge or letting anger consume you, you channel that energy into your goals. The more you focus on your personal growth, your achievements, and your vision, the less space there is for negativity to affect you. It's not about crushing your competitors or rubbing your success in the face of others. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of achieving greatness despite the obstacles. When you let go of the need for revenge, you free yourself from the emotional weight of the past. You stop giving power to the people who have tried to hurt you. And instead, you create a future that's aligned with your dreams and aspirations. Your success becomes the ultimate form of closure. It's a testament to your resilience, determination, and ability to rise above the challenges life throws at you. Massive success also serves as an inspiration to others. It shows that no matter what you've been through, no matter how many times you've been knocked down, you can always rise again. It sends the message that success is not just for the lucky or the privileged, it's for anyone willing to put in the work. Stay focused and refuse to be defined by their past. In the end, your success is the best answer to those who've underestimated you. It doesn't require any words, and it doesn't need to be shared with anyone who doesn't support you. When you achieve what you set out to do, the satisfaction is yours alone, and that is the sweetest form of revenge. Here's the thing, every time you go back to someone who's broken you, you send yourself a message. You say, I'm not worth more than this, but when you walk away, you declare, I am worth so much more. Your energy is sacred. It's the fuel for your dreams, your goals, your life. Don't waste it on people who drain you, who belittle you, who make you feel small. Protect your energy fiercely. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who believe in you, who want to see you win. And remember this, the best revenge is not anger. It's not trying to prove them wrong. The best revenge is massive success. It's building a life so full of joy, love, and purpose that their absence doesn't hurt, it heals. So today, make a decision. Not out of anger, but out of love for yourself. Decide to close the door on anyone who's broken you and refuses to change. Walk forward with strength, confidence, and the knowledge that you deserve nothing less than the best. Because the moment you stop looking back is the moment your future begins. And your future, it's waiting for the best version of you, not the broken version someone else tried to create.